In today's video, we're talking about mods on my Honda Odyssey. Hello everybody, Robert Lewis here. Today we're talking about my Honda Odyssey. It's a 2016 Honda Odyssey and we're going to talk about mods. No, we're not talking about superchargers. That would go right here, hook onto the belt if we were, but we are not. And no, we're not talking about lowering this with adjustable coilovers or anything like that. Guys, I'm a little bit too practical for all of those things. Instead, today we're talking about VCM delete. I'll talk to you about what all of that means. And then the next thing will be, I have deleted the routing of coolant through the throttle body. So I'll show you what that looks like and talk to you about that too. Let's get started. VCM stands for Variable Cylinder Management. Honda introduced this in their V6 engines in order to meet stricter EPA fuel economy mandates. When you're cruising at highway speeds, and maybe you're even using cruise control, and you're not going up a sharp hill or hitting that accelerator hard, VCM will activate. And you'll know this is happening because the little ECO or a little green leaf will appear on your dashboard. And what happens is VCM will shut down the rear bank of cylinders. So in this car, it's called a transverse mounted V6. And so you've got 3 cylinders pointing towards the front, 3 cylinders pointing towards the passenger cabin. It's that rear bank that is shut down. Your V6 will be running on 3 cylinders at that point. The idea is that you save fuel, but this is where the problem begins. A V6 engine is designed to run smoothly when all 6 cylinders are firing. This is because they're in balance with each other. They're pumping this way, back and forth, all right? When you disable half of them, it's unbalanced and a lot of vibration begins occurring. Honda even added an expensive electronic motor mount to try to offset some of this. And I have not done this myself. I haven't had to replace those, but I've read about people on message boards that talk about getting quoted upwards of $2,000 or even $2,500 to replace all of those motor mounts. They're very expensive. That's only the beginning of the problem though. You see, when those rear cylinders are not activated, they're not firing, the pistons are still moving up and down in those cylinders. This creates vacuum pressure inside the combustion chamber. Over time, heat also wears down the piston rings and you start pulling oil up into the combustion chamber. Then when you hit the gas and eco mode goes off, or VCM is turned off, you will burn up that oil and it goes out the tailpipe. So actually that's working in the opposite direction of cleaner air, isn't it? But it's also creating a big problem in your engine, and this is something that's going to reduce your longevity. I have good news about an easy fix for this problem though, and that's the VCM delete device. I'm using one from VCMtuner.com. I know there's a few others out there that people have really good experience with. I've not used them though, so I'm not doing a comparison or anything today. The install is super simple. It only takes about 10 minutes or so. You plug it into the battery for power, you plug it into a couple of wiring harnesses, and then it's into your system. VCM will not come on anymore, and it won't create error codes or check engine lights or anything like that either. You also won't have any more vibration, excess heat, or oil consumption problems. I know what you're thinking though. What about your fuel economy? If this is supposedly an eco mode, I bet your fuel economy's junk now, right? No. Just a couple of weeks ago, we went on a 14-hour drive and I averaged 28.5 miles per gallon. That's actually better than the EPA rated fuel economy for this vehicle. So clearly, this does not hurt the fuel economy at all. Honestly, I don't even know why Honda put this in because it seems to cause more harm than good. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is rerouting the coolant so that it bypasses the throttle body. I first noticed this when I was doing my valve adjustments, and you have to pull off the plenum and a whole bunch of other stuff, get it all out of the way so that you can get in deep and do that work. That process involves removing a bunch of those they're small little lines about as big as your pinky. These lines run coolant up to the throttle body and back out. And I was looking at it and thinking, why the heck are we putting coolant through there? We don't want heat up there. I'm thinking about a cold air intake, right? And you want to maximize or you want to minimize the temperature of the air going into that engine. So why are we putting heat in there? So I just took that little hose and just bent it around, and rather than sending it up into the throttle body, I just sent it right back to where it came from. And I later found out that a lot of people have done this. I read about this on audioclub.com. That's a really good message board and forum if you haven't found that. A lot of guys discuss this and many other things. But so I did this mod probably 2 or even 3 years ago. Haven't noticed any detrimental effects. But I also don't spill coolant everywhere whenever I need to take the plenum off, which, let's be honest, is not all that often. But I've had it off several times now, and no more spilling. So that's nice. Well, there you have it. 2 easy, inexpensive mods you can do on your Honda Odyssey or any Honda V6. Ridgeline, Pilot, there's several other models that have the same J35 or J37 engines. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. You can leave a comment too. Let me know if you're doing this yourself or if you've done it in the past. I would love to hear from you. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.